What's up, ladies, gents, and everyone in between? Shoe Booty Sports coming at you Tuesday night. I'm Grandpa on this screen. That's Bradley over on the other. Say what's up, Bradley.
How's it going?
I'm doing all right. You're playing hurt tonight, so we appreciate you joining us despite the way you're feeling. But let's talk some sports and coaching changes and possible coaching changes to come, and then some. But first, before we do all that, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsor. Shoe Booty Sports is presented by Rhino Races. Rhino Races is a virtual race series that offers 5 different races: a 5K, 10K, half marathon, a marathon, and the one of a kind Rhino Ultra. You can sign up for one or all 5 of their races at rhinoraces.com. Run your race at your convenience. Track it with your fitness app of choice. Screenshot your results as proof of completion. Submit that screenshot to rhinoraces.com under the submit results section. Once your results are verified by Rhino Races staff, your award will be shipped to you by mail. Also, check out their gear section while you're there for t-shirts, wristbands, decals, and more. That's rhinoraces.com. Rhino Races is the premier virtual running series. And you can find us, Shoe Booty Sports, on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on X at Shoe Booty Sports. Okay. Arkansas played at Memphis Saturday morning. It's a game you and I both picked Arkansas to win, and it's the one that we got wrong. And our Memphis, I looked like I didn't watch any of the game. Okay, I was in Fort Smith. I had a 10K race Saturday morning, which got a PR for, by the way. So whoop to me on that. But uh, I I listened to the game on the drive home from Fort Smith. Fort Smith is a good 2 hours and 15 minutes from where I live. But we took our time getting back home, and but we had the game on in the meantime, and sounded like while I was still in Fort Smith driving around, it sounded like Arkansas was taking care of business, and it was going to be a pretty easy game.
Yeah.
Then the second half happened. Memphis got back into it. I was like, oh, they're making this interesting. And then the fourth quarter, they really made it interesting. Taking the lead, Arkansas went down the field, looked like they were going to score via field goal, ran out the clock, kicked the field goal, win the game. No, fumbled the ball. Memphis recovers, and even then, Arkansas still had hope. They had all their timeouts, and they couldn't stop their backup quarterback on third and long on a run where the pile just got
Oh,
pushed.
they stopped him, but the probably the biggest guy on defense, all he had to do was sit down. But instead, he was trying to throw the quarterback over his hip. And every time he went to throw him over, the guy just kind of did this little hop and went 2 more yards. And he did this about 4 times and got 8 more yards. It was, uh, yeah, quite the feat to witness. Somebody being that bad at tackling. Um, it was great.
Well, yeah, first down, and then Arkansas had no more timeouts. Game over. Arkansas loses the game, and that essentially is going to be the nail in the coffin for Sam Pittman, most
It
likely.
should be. It should be.
Yeah. The only
Yeah,
way it's
I've given him a long leash, but yeah, it's over. I'm done with him.
I've been done for a while. Now Arkansas had, I guess, what you could say is a good year, but that's the thing. Last year, 7-6 with a bowl win, at least left fans with a good taste in their mouth coming into this season. And I would have been fine with 7-6 again. I think. I guess. I mean, are you happy? Are you thrilled with it? No. Would it have been enough to keep his job? I don't know. I mean, yeah, probably. Or at the
It
very
would have
least,
been.
yeah. Or at the very
And
least, it would have been like, hey, you can maybe, hey, retire with your head held high, just saying like, hey, I'm good. Got the program or took the program from the lowest of lows back to some relevancy, and now I'm just going to pass the keys along. Could have been a nice little smooth transition if he wanted to do that, but That I don't think that's going to happen anymore. If you can't beat Memphis and looking the way that you did, I could I could see it just from the sound of things. And yeah, it would have to be a very improbable turnaround the rest of the way for Sam Pittman to keep his job at this point.
That you want to talk about puzzled? That dude looked puzzled whenever the clock hit zeros, like pure disbelief. I mean, much like everybody else that was watching the game, pure disbelief. I mean, that was god awful, dude. It's like I don't know, dude. They either didn't make halftime adjustments or they just thought, hey, that first half was so easy, let's just phone it in for the rest of the second half. So they looked
It
awful.
it's all coaching. Like it now, yeah, the player fumbles at the end of the game, like they did last week against Ole Miss. Yeah, that the Ole Miss thing. Yeah, you could put that on the players, but at the same time, the defense didn't do anything all game to stop Ole
Yeah,
Miss's backup quarterback, who they made look like Patrick Mahomes or Johnny Manziel. That shouldn't have happened. Uh, this week, Arkansas was clearly the better team. Then you get to
clearly.
halftime. Then you come out in the second half, and it's just
Well,
completely flipped. One team clearly made adjustments that worked, the other didn't, and the other was Arkansas. That falls
well,
on
one
the
team
coach.
and one team had clear motivation since they play in a lesser conference. This is Arkansas was their biggest game on the schedule. They knew it. They circled it. They're going to win out the rest of the season and they're going to make the college football playoffs. It was a big deal for them. Whereas if Arkansas would have won, we still had no chance in hell of making the college football playoff. So they're playing with a little bit extra motivation because as soon as those clocks hit zero, I mean, shit, they acted like they just won the Super Bowl. So it's good, great, glad for Memphis.
Is Memphis going to make the college football playoff? You really think that?
That's how they're talking.
I think maybe the committee might have learned their lesson from last year.
Now, they've got, dude, they're, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah,
They
if
would have had
anything we
another
learned
shot
this
last year.
weekend, beating Arkansas makes you relevant in football.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the case. That's the other thing. You barely beat Arkansas, so another argument to not get you
Hey,
into.
whenever you got to include a team, man.
I mean, hats off to Memphis, for not quitting and making adjustments. And
I mean, the
uh,
refs helped them out a whole lot. I
I heard
mean,
that.
yeah, there's a blatant offensive pass interference called in the first half, which would have negated a touchdown by Memphis. But instead, hey, the refs, it's defensive pass interference. We'll let the touchdown stand. And then the first half closes. And then we fast forward to the second half. There were plenty of bad calls, but the one I'm thinking about in particular was whenever Taylon Green broke out in the fourth quarter and had his long run. I believe he scored a touchdown or got pretty dang close to it. And there's a flag on the field. There's a mystery hold. And watching it on film, the corner comes down, bear hugs our receiver, turns him around, hangs all over him, and then sees Talon run by him, releases him, starts to run, and our guy just reaches out and taps his shoulder pad. And they said, flag, it's coming back. BS. Grade A, BS. There's a lot of money in that game for Memphis. There wasn't a whole lot of money in that game for Arkansas. I think the refs were in on it. But shouldn't be having this conversation if the Hogs didn't suck.
I was gonna say, even with all that, and I didn't see this, so I can't confirm or deny it. I'll just have to take your word for it. But even with all that, you still should have won the game if you're Arkansas.
Yeah, it should have won it handedly.
Yes, because it looked like that's what they were going to do.
Yep.
And then the second half happened.
I mean,
And
dude,
that
Talon
falls
played
on the
like
coach.
yeah, Talon played like Memphis had his family hostage in the at halftime. Like he just started throwing stuff from 12 to 6 and throwing everything short or just throwing it way over his receiver's head. Granted, he's struggled with that in the past, but dude, just all of a sudden it's like he flipped the switch, said, "Yep, I'm gonna suck," and that's what happened.
Halen's always been consistently inconsistent. He's very Jekyll and Hyde. Uh,
And
he can be
yeah,
really good, and he can make you scratch your head. He does that a couple times, at least a couple times a game, even in his
he's
great games.
yeah, he's lucked out. He's had every pick that he's thrown this season called back because of some defensive penalty, and he gets away with it. Well, in this game, I mean, as we've seen in the previous games, he was throwing it directly to the defenders like they were wearing Arkansas jerseys, but he couldn't have hit those two guys, or at least one of them. He couldn't have hit him more square in the numbers. Like he didn't even have to move. He probably thought he was just dreaming because there's no way a D1 college quarterback's going to throw it directly to a defender. But nope, here we are. He did.
From the talks of it,
Uh,
it sounds like he has trouble seeing the middle of the field. I don't know
he has
why that
trouble
is.
seeing. Like that dude needs to take a page out of Jameis Winston's playbook and go get LASIK. Something's off.
Yeah, or just he's fooled by the coverages. I don't know what's going on. It's something Petrino will be able to point out. But I mean, this is Talon. This is just him. He's
He,
consistently inconsistent. But
he keep
he's
up.
the best they
He keeps
got. But
playing. Yeah, he keeps playing this way. He's just going to be a freaking tall car dealer. He's not going to play in the NFL. He's not going to do crap.
yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Didn't look much like a prospect on Saturday from the sound of it and just listen. Like I said, just listening to it. But okay, Sam Pittman. Okay, we saw today Mike Gundy's out at Oklahoma State. No surprise there. That
Long time
team,
coming.
that team collapsed, or that
They
team,
lost to Tulsa.
yeah, they failed. They're the worst NIL era team that we've seen. Like a good college program. So I talk about how Clemson has failed to adapt, right, to this NIL era, and that's proven, continue to be proven even Saturday, right? Um, Oklahoma State's the worst. They're the poster child of the team that hasn't been able to adapt to this NIL era at all, and we've seen the result of that. And Oklahoma State's finally had enough and just said, "All right, Mike Gundy's gone." And yeah, no surprise there. But your thoughts on that first of all?
Oh, I think it's been a long time coming, especially after their letdown last year. They really haven't been of, I don't know. It seems like they're always kind of mid, like almost on the verge of top 25. And then as the season goes on, they slip further and further away. And here in the past couple of years, it seems like we're not even getting them in they're not even coming close to like the top 40 teams. And then last year they had the big hype, like, hey, we're finally going to be good. We got a Heisman hopeful running back, blah, blah, blah. And then they just shit the bed for weeks in a row and like they should have lost to Arkansas, but Arkansas pulled an Arkansas and gave them the win, much like the last 2 weeks. But yeah, it's been a long time coming. I'm glad Oklahoma State had the balls to go ahead and pull the trigger. Hopefully, people at U of A are paying attention. And I don't know if Sam is going to be the only one.
Well, it shouldn't be,
He shouldn't be.
but here's the thing: I don't know the contract details. I know they've been articles have been posted about it. I don't know the contract details, but reportedly there's some kind of clause in there, like if he has a losing season, then the
It's
buyout
half price
question.
if he has a losing season.
Yeah. So is this the so if that's the case, then I get it. I mean, play the thing out. You can go ahead and line somebody up behind closed doors. I mean that's not new. It makes sense to let him finish it out if that's what you want to do, or if you're able to get around that huge buyout that way. But at this point, I think it's pretty much it's just going to happen. It's just inevitable at this point. Sam Pittman won't be the coach at the University of Arkansas next year. We we both predicted that. before the season started. So this isn't anything new. Having said that, we did think that they would at least beat Memphis, and turns out
Yeah.
there's a good chance it's going to be worse than we thought because these other games I had Arkansas winning. I don't see them beating Auburn, which I picked them to win originally. I don't see them beating Auburn. I don't no, I don't think they're going to beat Mississippi State.
Nope. Not gonna
It
beat Tennessee. Not gonna beat Notre Dame. Not gonna beat Missouri. We're gonna lose out the rest of the season.
You think so?
That's what it feels like. I'm done with them, dude.
And I said
I could
this in
care
the
less,
car.
man. Could care less, dude. They couldn't. Yeah.
I said this in the car after it happened. I turned the I was silent for a bit. Well, when I turned it off when I realized it was over, I just turned it off and I was just silent for a bit. And then I said, of course, I wasn't by myself, so I don't want to make it like I was just sitting in the car talking to myself. But I said, this is actually a good thing. It's a blessing in disguise. We're getting a new coach. Like it's pretty much it's going to be done. It's going to be a done deal at this point. Like you can take it to the bank now. At least that's what I was thinking. Like, well, we're getting a new coach out of this. Somebody that can create buzz, or I don't know. There's always hope when you get a new coach, right?
Yeah.
Even though we've been through this time and time again as Arkansas fans, but there's always hope when you get a new coach. And
I
here it is.
don't know, dude. I didn't have a whole lot of hope for what's it, Morris, because I didn't know who the hell he was.
I wanted to have hope, but it became apparent pretty quickly. This is a good
As soon as we seen Club Dub,
After the Colorado State game that first
Club,
season. I was like, yeah, this might not go well, and it didn't. What were you gonna say?
Club Dub,
Is
the
that a
Club
thing
Dub.
that he said?
You don't remember the locker room they had like with strobe lights and everything, like a made it feel like a nightclub, so they go in there and celebrate wins. And then they used it that one freaking time that season.
Well, there's a reason I didn't know what it was. They didn't win any
Oh,
games.
yeah. It's another thing for the nation to laugh at Hogs about.
Yeah, I
So
remember Full Tilt Boogie being supposedly a thing.
left lane hammered down right into that telephone pole. And
Yeah, um, yeah, that was bad. We don't have to keep reliving that. Point is, Arkansas is going to get a new coach eventually. It's just a matter of when at this point. But let's play. Who could it
let's
be?
hope we're good. Let's hope we're good before I get old. Golly.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't bet on it, but I mean, I do like that Hunter Yurachek has at least come out and said he said it before this game. Said we're competitive in everything or at a championship level, but football basically. And I like that he
Man,
came out and said it.
if he would just go ahead and admit that he should have called freaking Lane's agent back, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But no, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
I wonder how he's doing. I wonder what his program's doing. If they're on the up and up.
Seem to be doing all right from what I've gathered.
Yeah.
Um, but it is what it is. Now, now you got to say, what do you do to who's next? There's basically just three names right now being floated around that I'd be good with.
Who?
I mean, you know who they are. You can probably name them.
Gruden, not happening. Who else?
All right, hang on. Why would it not? I'm not saying it would either, but why would it
We
not?
could. I believe we've talked with him about this before, and he didn't go for it. I think he
Yep.
had opportunity about 2 seasons ago, and they're going to give Pittman the boot, and he said thanks, but no thanks. And then we kept Pittman. I don't think that's happening.
Well, he had that meeting at the Little Rock Touchdown Club, that
Who
interview,
cares?
whatever.
Little Rock Touchdown Clubs gets, yeah, they had Nick Saban speak. He ain't going to coach. They had
Well,
plenty of people.
that's
It's just,
different. That's
I,
a little different.
I don't see it any different.
It's a little different. I'm not saying it
But
would happen, but
who else?
you give him enough money, it's a possibility. Um, but
Apparently,
again,
we
I'm
don't
not
have any
saying
money. We're asking alumni to donate to the freaking. We're doing 50-50 raffles to raise money. We're asking alumni to make donations to the athletic department just for our NIL. I don't hear of any other universities doing this. So we've got a money flow problem at the U of A. We can't just reach back and call the Waltons or Tyson or the Hunts
well,
and they're
hang
just going
on.
to fork over the money.
Yeah, you can. You can
They
do that.
haven't been because yeah,
That's how you got Calipari. The
you
U
got
of
to
A
get rid of
asked.
everybody,
No,
dude.
hang on. The U of A has asked us for money since the beginning of time. They've always asked for money.
But
But
not directly
when it
for the
comes
athletic
to
department.
if there's a coach that we can get that we really, 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 really want, they're going to find the money. I'm not saying it's going to be Gruden or that it's going to happen. I'm just saying it could if Gruden was interested. The money would be found somewhere. Whether it's Tyson, Walmart, somebody they're going to find it if he's interested. If he's interested.
Yeah. But
The other okay, go ahead.
I don't know. I don't, and plus another reason I don't think he's going to go to Arkansas is because I think there's going to be better job opportunities within the SEC that open up. I think there's going to be some shuffling going on around the season or after this season.
Yeah, maybe. What Florida? Do it. What else?
Kiffin jumping to Florida, and then Ole Miss is open. Gruden's going to jump into old, already hot program. He's not. He's If you gave me the option to jump into Ole Miss or Arkansas, I'm going to go Ole Miss just because everything is going to be set up in place. You're
I
already going to
wouldn't.
have the recruits. You have your NIL system
No,
in place.
no, you're
They've
not.
got
Those
compared
recruits
to
are going to
Arkansas,
go
they've
with
got it figured
Lane.
out.
Those recruits are going with Lane wherever he goes. That
Still,
it's not the old
you're
it's
you're
not
still going
old
to get more
college
draw at
football.
Ole Miss
No, it's
than you
not
are at
old
Arkansas.
college football. Players can go wherever they want now. There's no rules. You can turn a program around whether it can go in a positive or negative direction as quickly as night and day. Look at Florida State two years ago, and then look at them last year, and now look at them now. I mean, things can change in a heartbeat now in college football.
They're
Arkansas is
also
going to
in
have
Florida. They're in the
Arkansas has more money.
hotbed of NFL talent. Is Florida.
Yeah, but still, it's Arkansas has more money than Ole Miss does. There's more money to play with in this NIL era of modern or NIL era of football than they have in Oxford. I'm not
We're
saying
ne-
that.
yeah. Since Mizzou and Oklahoma are in the SEC now, we're not going to have good recruiting. We're just not because
Yeah,
we
well,
can't do what we
it's
used
been
to and be like, you
proven.
want to play in the SEC? You can come to Arkansas.
I mean, that's true.
That's a big pitch for all the Texas players. And now, hell, they got the option to go into A&M or University of Texas, or they go to Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's you got to get creative. You got to figure something out. Yeah, adapt or perish. Um, I'm just saying, Ole Miss isn't. It's you say set up to win now, but it's not like those recruits are going to stay if Lane leaves. Like they're going to go with him. So
Some of them,
that's not going to be a
not
deciding
all of them.
factor. The good ones will. Lane will make sure of that. Anyway, the other name, Rhett Lashley, Arkansas guy, proven success at SMU. Yeah, it's an SMU coach.
Dude, get out of here. And I can't even get excited about anything. Another SMU coach. Man, I can't wait.
An SMU coach that's from Arkansas. So there are ties there. The guy can coach football. The guy can call plays. It's not the sexy pick, but the guy can coach in this era of college football. And the other is Bobby Petrino. Of the three, if you had a choice of the three, who would you choose? Who would you want? You're going to say Petrino, right?
Yes.
Why?
Because he's going to have the opportunity to actually yell at the players now, and he's going to be on the sideline giving them an earful every time they freaking drop the ball. He's not going to just be Sam over there just with his arms crossed, be like, "Ho hum, oh well, we'll make adjustments." It ain't gonna happen. Bobby P don't play that way. He gets up your ass and he lets you know about it. You gonna do it his way or the highway, and that's why he freaking won 11 games at Arkansas.
But here's the thing. You don't have to do it his way anymore. You can take the highway and go play immediately somewhere else. This isn't the same
For now,
era. This isn't the
they're gonna
same.
put a cap
Let,
on how many
hang on.
times
Let me
transfer.
finish. Let me finish. This isn't the same era that Bobby Petrino coached when he was at Arkansas. It's completely different now. Players can pick up and leave. They can go wherever and play the next year. Uh, Petrino, things did not end well for Petrino as a head coach.
As
I
a head
mean,
coach, yes. And
it
his
ended
personal life,
terribly at
no, they
Louisville.
did not end well.
It ended terribly at
He
Louisville.
he
Terribly.
well, I'm talking about Arkansas.
I'm not. His last stint as a head coach, things did not go well. He got fired during his show, during his television show. He would have if Petrino had the same success at Louisville and Arkansas, his first stint at Louisville, the second time around, he'd still be at Louisville. He would still be there comfortably, and he wouldn't go anywhere else. He'd be like, "No, this is a good spot for me." And it didn't go well. There's a reason he's not there anymore. There's a reason so many head coaches from that era are not head coaches anymore. Things have changed too much. Things are different now. Saban doesn't coach anymore. How many great college basketball coaches don't coach anymore because of what's going on with NIL and this modern era of college sports? Trino's the same way. I mean, yeah, Gus said, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I'm going to go be a coordinator at Florida State. And he's having lots of success. Chip Kelly said, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to go be a coordinator at Ohio State. And now he's in the NFL being a coordinator. He that era where Petrino had success, he will not have the same success in this era because he's not. I don't know. It's just not. He's not fit for this era. I don't see it. Of those three, and this sounds wild considering the success Petrino did have at Arkansas. I I would rather have the other two over him. Just because I know Gruden hasn't proven anything, but there's at least buzz that would come with that.
Uh, to me, it's like choosing the best looking turd. It don't make a difference.
Of those three,
Dude, none of them excite me.
Trino wouldn't excite you.
No,
What name would excite you?
I don't know. None of them that are available.
Okay, well then throw a name out there. Just any. So one that's realistic.
John L. Smith, he's realistic. I don't think that coaches want to come to Arkansas, dude.
I was gonna say that was pretty funny. Um, yeah, it's I don't know. It's what it is. It's not fun to be a Razorback fan sometimes, a lot of times. But with a new coach that will eventually come some hope. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. All right. Would you like to move on now from talking about
Sure.
Razorback football? All right,
Yeah.
we got about I don't know 8 9 minutes left, so let's talk other sports. How about the NFL? Some good games over the weekend. There was a
Yeah.
really good one last night, Detroit and Baltimore. I had a lot of fun watching that game. I was in the kitchen cutting up a big watermelon I got in Fort Smith and just paying attention to that game. I had Jared Goff on my fantasy team. So needed him to do well enough and Baltimore's kicker to not do enough to make sure I won. and I did 2-1, by the way. So shout out to my fantasy team there that I
Yeah,
won't speak of right now.
yeah. As a Derrick Henry owner, I'm not too thrilled about him doing his best Arkansas running back impersonation every week and fumbling every freaking game and in clutch
Literally,
situations. Like,
literally
just
every game.
yes, it's like, dude, I'm pretty sure like he didn't fumble 3 times total in previous seasons. Like that was a common deal. He did not drop the rock. But dude, I don't know, man. King Henry Butterfingers.
Yeah, and they
Ugh.
tried what 3 straight times to get him in the end zone on one possession in the second half, and they couldn't get in, and like it was getting pushed back. I mean,
Yeah,
shout out to Detroit. I mean, they played a heck of a game on both sides of the ball. Detroit's really fun to watch, which I never thought I'd say, but that's a really fun team to watch. It's a really easy team to get behind just because of how they play, the still underdog mentality, just because it's Detroit and they've historically been so bad and they're finally getting some success. And the head coach, how do you not root for Dan Campbell and Jared Goff and the story of being traded for Stafford and like his career is supposed to go to Detroit and die, and not only did it not die, but it thrived like a phoenix out of the ashes. I mean, it's been crazy cool to watch. It's an impossible team to not root for, and I don't know, I really like watching Detroit play. Of course, Kansas City squeaked one out against the Giants. They just don't look right, man. They really
they don't
haven't
look
for
good.
they really didn't last season either. Even though they got to
No.
the Super Bowl, they really didn't look good for a good portion of it, offensively at least. And they haven't yet here. Now they found a way to win, which is all you need to do. But I mean, I don't know, the Giant. It's against the Giants. And by the way, Russ got back to modern day Russ, which is Denver era and beyond, to the point where he's been benched. Jackson Dart will officially be the starter next week. Um, I support that. I mean, the fans wanted it. You could hear it every
Yeah.
time Dart went into the game, and when Russ would come back into the game. Night and day difference, positive and negative there. I fully support that. Jackson Dart can play and can probably play now. Why not? Why not give it a shot? Um, yeah, apparently his teammates like him. Yeah, I fully support that move. Not surprised by it, but yeah, other games that went on well over the weekend, NFL football.
You asking me? We had the 49ers barely beat the Cardinals. And that's after the Cardinals starting running back, James Conner went down. So
Done for
yeah,
the year, by
Terminator
the way.
got terminated. So that's another one of my running backs that I got that I have to replace because he's out for the season. Um, yeah, it
You
was
have
great.
James. You have James Conner.
Yeah,
Yeah, in our league,
he
right?
he gone. Yep, in our league.
Had he even done anything this year, though?
Yeah, he's been consistently putting up like 12, 13 points a week.
Okay.
He's
Well,
doing what he's supposed to do.
you don't hear anything from Arizona of football. I know Marvin Harrison Jr. hasn't had a good year, at least from the way
Dude,
people have
he
talked.
looks terrible, dude. Like, I don't know. Maybe he's trying to play his way out of his contract so he can re-sign with a good team.
I don't know,
But
but I doubt that. But it's, I mean, I'm sure he wants to play with another team, but yeah, nothing he can do about that at this point in time. Um, yeah, it's well, there's the Bears and Cowboys game that you and I felt strongly for on the parlay picks that okay, this is a gimme for Dallas beating Chicago, taking the -1. Did not go that way at all.
well,
Uh,
whenever you have CD Lamb leave the game in the first quarter, stuff happens. Um, yeah, he had 0 catches for 0 yards and 0 rushes for 0 yards. before he got injured and out of the game. So that probably had something to do with it. But yeah, everybody was
No, he did have a carry
surprised on
though. I
that
think that's
score.
where he got hurt. That's what got him hurt was the carry.
Oh well, it was for 0 yards.
Yes, it was that because I remember because I played against CD Lamb. Didn't want him to get hurt, but I was glad that he didn't produce anything that was been detrimental to my success. But yeah, again,
Yeah.
hate that he got
He
hurt.
he ain't really produced anything this season but drops. That's about it. So hopefully he can turn it around. So
But Caleb Williams looked good too, and I mean he's looked better in year two. I mean, people want to dog Caleb Williams and the Bears, and it's I guess maybe deserved at times, but
yeah.
he's looked better in year two. I mean, the guy can play. I think he and the Bears are going to be all right with the head coach. They got an offensive coach from Detroit. It's a complicated system you have to learn there under that offense, and uh, Caleb Williams is capable. I mean, there's been a huge improvement from rookie year to year two. I think the Bears are going to be okay as long as the organization can get out of the way and just let the coach. um, let him take care of Caleb Williams, and hopefully the GM can put enough talent around them. I mean, history suggested that might not be the case, but I don't know. I wish him the best there in Chicago. Um, okay, other stuff before we get out of here that we may have missed or that you want to touch up on.
Uh no. I don't think so. Did you see that Eagles game? Them coming back, them finally deciding that hey, we're going to play
Yes,
football now,
what a
and they made it
game!
look so easy. Just flipped the switch, came back, won, and then Falcons might possibly be the worst team in the NFL. I know they've won a game, but holy crap, they let the Carolina Panthers throttle them 30-0.
I don't think Carolina's as bad as we make them out to be. Um, it's hard to say the Falcons may be the worst team. I don't know. They didn't look good. Penix didn't look good. Kirk Cousins came in for a little bit, but Penix will supposedly be back. Nothing to worry about there. But yeah, you're right. Eagles doing what the Eagles do, win games, even though it doesn't look good at times. But I don't know. It's what it is. I don't know. We're out of time though. Either way, so we'll be back next week with more football, etc. But until then, I'm Grandpal.
The Brown.
Deuces y'all.
Peace.